Okay, today was supposed to be decision day because last night we saw Bitcoin run up and test $99,000, which we said is the crucial resistance level we need to see Bitcoin break above to confirm a bull market or not. As of right now, we are getting a massive sell off on Bitcoin as well as the SPY. Why is that? That is because Trump just announced the quote unquote huge trade deal and it was kind of a nothing burger. Now, Bitcoin is pressing up against 99,400. This has not made a decision just yet, and the market has not made a decision just yet. I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, where it's at right now. The weekly time frame looks beautiful. We are getting, first of all, a second weekly candle above 94K. We had this full weekly candle here with a taller upper wick, and now the body is filling out this candle. As of right now, we watched Bitcoin. We said, hey, this is the decision zone to see if it's going to fall off a cliff or not, just like it did back here. Right here, right? This is the same spot, April of 2022, March, April of 2022, to decide if Bitcoin is going to fall off a cliff and reject, or is it going to break higher. As of right now, it is not confirmed one way or the other, but we are leaning that Bitcoin is about to break higher and enter one, a possible super cycle, or two, at least just a little bit of a higher high. Now, we look at the SPY, 563.30, up 0.38% on the day, and we can see that it recaptured the 200 EMA, and in my opinion, this is huge. If the SPY closes above 562.50 today, that is very bullish. This isn't a confirmed breakout, but it just shows more strength in the bulls than the bears. The bears trying to drag it beneath this level, trying to drag it beneath other crucial key support levels as well. And that is essentially what we are seeing. Bulls are holding their own. They're holding the markets by the horns. And I'll basically explain why. First of all, the SPY on the weekly, I do want to warn you, has fading volume coming up to this indecision candle, which we've seen back here for the week of March 17th. Okay. After that, the SPY went up a little bit and then we cracked lower. This is a very important level because next week we could open lower, sub 552, come down to 551, and then we could climb higher and get that breakout. Or we could see a very similar candle to this where the SPY is in indecision zone, and then we see the continuation of bears pulling the market down. Now, yesterday we said to the T we could see a move down to 566. The SPY came down, I believe, very close to that level. Let me drag my charts up right here, right? The SPY came down perfectly to that level actually at 556, and that is exactly what we called out for. The VIX is selling off down 2% on the day, trading at 23. This is good, but it's not below 20 just yet. As of right now, things are trending in the bull territory, right? The VIX got this little bit of a pop and it's cooling down, similar to what you saw back here, April of 2024. Bitcoin climbing up to 99K. Now, this is 2021, and I want to bring up a very quick point before I talk about GameStop. Before I talk about GameStop, I want to state the Fed has no idea what they're doing at all. Fed Powell said the Fed does not need to be in a hurry to adjust interest rates. There is so much we don't know. We are in a good position to wait and see. Basically, yesterday rates remained unchanged. Powell, the Fed, to be quite honest with you, they don't really know what the hell is going on. They don't know at all what's going on. And investors are seeing this. They're seeing a Fed that is going to react after the fact. And then they're also seeing Trump completely confuse the market. So the way I see it is, at this point, it's just buy in at these lows, buy in at these deals, and remain calm, sit back in the chaos. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying what I would do if I was a big investor. Yes, I could sit on cash, which investors have not jumped back into the market just yet. But I think that they are going to become less and less resilient and kind of realize, like, hey, all this is just noise, right? We're trending to a Fed that will be dovish, will be forced to be dovish at some point. We're trending to economic uncertainty being kind of cleared up, right? And they're trying to get trade deals figured out. I want to talk about GameStop, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I want to first say, this is back in 2021. right during GameStop's peak, the 28th, the 27th, 28th. What did Bitcoin do? It got money pulled out of it. Okay, it got money dragged out of it, and this is the daily time frame, so keep this in mind. What did the SPY do during the same time frame? I had it pulled up here. The SPY, I mean, put in short, I don't have it on the charts. Put in short, right? The SPY actually got money dragged out of it. By the time GameStop peaked, SPY took a little bit of a retracement, as well as Bitcoin. Okay, money got pulled and flowed out of these markets. A lot of margin calls hit, and then we shortly rallied after. What would that look like? Well, that would essentially look like SPY taking a nice little quick nosedive down to 527 by next week, by next Friday, and then beginning to climb again, shaking everybody out, and then giving institutions a chance to load up. And I think this is a high possibility. GameStop got an intraday pop today. We all saw it. It jumped up 3% like it was nothing, right up to 26.85. Obviously, they have been keeping this down, routing orders, but we can see a lot of volume on that candle, and that's because we saw a $2 million GameStop buy order hit the lit market. Okay, this is good. We saw it hit the lit market after we formed this beautiful W pattern. Now, I'll teach you guys something real quick with technical analysis. I've showed you very quickly, but this is something very simple that you can spot in the charts on your own. When you get these W's in the charts, this is normally a bullish indication for a trend higher, and you could have caught in this spike. Now, I'm just giving you this as a quick lesson. It wasn't planned for the video, but you take the mid peak of this, right? And then to be conservative, you grab the lower W pattern. Okay, so right around this range down here, right? And then what you do is you drag that and you bring it to the top of where that peak was, and you get the target of where the stock is supposed to go to. So you finish the W pattern, and then where's that target? Boom, right here. Okay, so just put very simply for all you guys that watch my videos, there's a quick lesson on that. Now, we on top of that saw $20 million worth of $105 puts being sold. Now, some people hear puts and they say, hey, lottery stock, isn't that bad for GameStop? No, I said it yesterday. If you're not into options at all and you just trade stock, it's bullish when people sell puts. It means they're bullish on the stock. They expect it to remain neutral or go higher. Okay, and we are seeing an odd amount on the options chain, not only in call premium being purchased, but put premium being sold at insanely high prices, 90s, 95s, 100s, 105s, right? GameStop printing a beautiful candle on the daily, at least as of right now. If I bring you over here, you can see that we came into the first box, and as of right now, I like that we held this, okay? We held this zone at the first target for GameStop, which means we are getting slightly less likely to hit the second zone, which is something that I like to see. Now, there is one trading day left after today until May 12th. Now, I'm bringing up May 12th because people are saying that that is the next date for tin. Now, don't get your hopes up, but there are some good backings as to why May 12th might be the day, maybe that we kick some things off. On top of that, Greg just posted, I found $1 in my shorts that I haven't worn since last summer, so I'm pretty excited right now. Now, this same date, May 12th, is last year Roaring Kitty came back. Last year, what happened on May 12th, we can come and we take a look at the charts. If we're making a little bit of a requel here, here's what we see May 12th. Okay, so May 10th was a Friday, then May 13th opened. Right here, you can see GameStop did about 120% very quickly. And then that wasn't even the end of it. GameStop essentially went higher to 286%. And from the bottom where we popped, about 500%. Actually, from the breakout of this channel, 560%. Right? So we could be on the verge of a huge move. This floor right here being this floor right here, right? So that's just something to watch out for. AMC reported earnings yesterday. Nothing happened in the charts, unfortunately. Let's briefly run it down before I give you another short squeeze play. First of all, Revenue 951.4 million, beating expectations. Expectations were 924 million. Earnings per share 78-cent loss, better than expected. Consensus was around 85%. Net loss $163.5 million, improving from $235.5 million loss in Q1 2024. Attendance up year over year, driven by stronger box office, stronger movies, yada yada yada. Cash balance $624 million. Blockbuster films like Dune Part 2 and Kung Fu Panda 4 help boost the attendance. AMC in their meeting emphasized cost controls as well as debt reduction, which they need to, and I'll explain why. The company is optimistic about upcoming summer releases, Deadpool and Wolverine, Inside Out 2, yada yada yada. Now, I don't know if this is old data here that I'm getting, but here's what the data that I can tell you is somewhat very accurate. Now, AMC loses money right now. They're losing money, about 163.5 million Q1 2025. And then this is, they also have over 4.5 billion in debt. And what they have continued to do is dilute, reducing shareholder value. If this continues and they don't have great box office coming forward, one, dilution risk, deteriorating shareholder value more. They have declining cash position, burning cash quarter over quarter, and then their debt reduction. They have interest rates that they have to pay on this. So ultimately, AMC is burning out their business unless something changes. Technically, the company could be out by late 2026, okay, bankrupt. So we'll leave that there. It's not the greatest earnings that we see. Stock hasn't moved. I mean, it's trading at $2. It's pinned. Everything's routed to off exchanges. We still know that the float is shorted time and time again. And we also know, personally, some of you guys might agree, but it's just a fact, you don't need good fundamentals to have a short squeeze. Now, GNS has been attacking illegal short selling. First of all, the CEO, Roger James Hamilton, has said, listen, we can't speak on short selling because they come after CEOs like us. It's a dangerous game. And then he finally waited a while. And then he comes out and he's doing it again. Too many small caps are being attacked illegally by market manipulators. GNS is pursuing parasites illegally, sucking value out of the expense of shareholders, and we are winning. They go on. This was up 16% on this announcement. Let's go auto here. You can see we spiked all the way up to 45 cents. We dropped immediately back down to 32 cents after being halted. And we had a huge volume candle here. And this was prior to market open. So keep this one on your radar. Palantir was flying today, coming all the way up to 117.50, up 6.5%. Looking beautiful. A lot of other stocks like Carvana looking beautiful as well, up 10.29%. Tempest AI, something I've called out time and time again. I've called it out sub 50. This stock continues to rally, breaking resistance levels, up 7.5%. MicroStrategy 410, 411 now, up 4.5%. As Bitcoin continues to climb, MicroStrategy continues to climb. And as soon as Bitcoin breaks 100,000, you can take some confirmation that MicroStrategy is coming up to 445 to 455. Okay, that is my price target in the near future, especially if Bitcoin gets over 102K. If we're not there yet on MicroStrategy, that is confirmation. Ultimately, for Bitcoin, what are we watching for? We're watching for a close above 99,000 tonight. Ultimately, a close above 100 would be better. Best case scenario, confirmation, a close above 102,000. So watch that on Bitcoin. We move on. AMD looks pretty good, up 2.5%. It ran all the way up to about 105.50. I ultimately see it coming up to 107.50, which is this fib level. So watch that zone. And that doesn't mean I think it's stopping there. I think AMD is still undervalued. Great long-term portfolio play. Nvidia stock surged as President Trump prepared to remove Biden-era chip export restrictions. We saw Nvidia continue to climb up to 117. It tried to recapture the 200 on the chart, but it failed. As of right now, we are building a base back off of 116 support. I have continuously called out Nvidia 4 moves higher, and I have not changed the drawings, but look how beautiful this chart is, where we climb, we get a little bit of a correction, climb, correct, climb, and that's exactly what I had originally drawn out on the charts. And I think leading into earnings, we are going to have higher highs coming into there, at least probably up around 128 to 133 before earnings, which is May 28th. That is ultimately something that I see on Nvidia, and based on where we're trading at right now, that would be about a 10 to 15% gain, and that is even prior earnings. I think earnings are also going to do good, bringing us closer to 150, especially if the bull market is back on. Tesla got a rally earlier all the way up to 286.75, nearing resistance, a crucial resistance level, coming back down, retracing. Now I think this is the buy zone. I think Tesla has respected my original zone between 271 and 275. Now it has built in a base, accumulated, came into this zone now between 285 and 280, I think is the respected range. So anywhere in this zone, Tesla calls are likely to play out, in my personal opinion. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Where do I think that's going to go? Well, 300, 303, 310, 325, 340, so on and so on and so on. I think Tesla is going to get back above 300 very soon. Apple, we called out Apple calls earlier, but we said stop loss at 196. You would have gotten stopped out, but Apple has been holding key support levels on the daily time frame. So we held this right here, which is where I said the stop loss should be, which you could have easily re-entered after we got a bounce and re-broke, which would have been beautiful. But if I show you Apple on the daily time frame as well, here's what you can see. Apple's trying to hold this channel, and we might get some big news that pushes Apple higher, gapping it up, right? Gapping up, gapping up, gapping up. But again, it's still not confirmed just yet, as we could crack this support level as we test it and test it and test it. The more we test it, the more riskier this support gets, but the more we bounce off of it and we hold higher highs, the stronger that support becomes. So that is something that we were watching for. Watch Apple. Google has gotten cracked, obviously, Wednesday, May 7th. We come in today, and we are trading in this upwards channel right here. No telling how high it's going to go. Probably 160, 161 before cracking lower on Google. But again, just be wary. It's just something that I'm watching for. I'm not necessarily calling for lower on Google, but the chart ultimately doesn't look too good on the shorter time frame. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to join my Discord server. It's the top link in the description of the video right here. Join my Discord. Guys, if you're not in, come try it. Just try it. If you want to cancel it, you can cancel it. But what I can tell you is the value you get out of it is much, much worth than any other Discord, in my personal opinion. I post my trades when I take them. We talk stocks and crypto in the main chats with the most amazing people, best vibes, and very educated traders are in there. So make sure to get in the Discord. Come learn a thing or two. Talk back and forth. We also have AI trading alerts. We also have AI trading alerts, high success trade flow, option sweep alerts that you get, insider trade alerts, dark pool trade alerts, and more, analyst updates, market news, so on and so on. It's a one-stop shop, guys. So get in the server. And then also, if you want a funded futures account, how basically to get payouts in this, it's put very simply. You grab an account. You can grab a 25K account, 50K account, 100K account, 150K account. You can have 3 at a time using my code LOTTO to get 50% off at checkout right now. I believe this is ending the second week of May. I'm not too positive, but make sure my code still works. It's ending pretty soon. If you haven't gotten those, go get those yet. Basically, consistently trade. You have to hit the 20% consistency rule. It's put very simple. If you're a good trader, you trade with their money, and then you take payouts. Take 3K payouts on the 50K account, and then 5K payouts on the 150K account. So go do that. If you want 60 free stocks, go do that. Sign up for Moomoo, open an account, make a deposit. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.